Welcome, Forex fans. This is Andy, also known as 3B from eXplorminate. Um, so today I'm going to be playing a bit of the Endless Legends 2 demo. Amplitude reached out to us with the demo. We're really quite excited about it. There's a lot of potential here. Uh, you will get to hear us speak on the podcast, different opinions about different things. But overall, I would like to say that I am optimistic about Endless Legends 2, and I think there is some real potential here. So the demo is limited to two races. One is the Kin of Sheredyn, and the other is the Aspect, both of which you can read about on the Amplitude website or on their Steam page, etc., etc. The demo is limited to 125 turns, and it ends when you get your second Tidefall event. By this point, you're likely, or you will definitely be in Era 2. You might possibly be in Era 3 of your research tree, and I believe there are 6 eras in total. So if I were to play the full demo and get to 125 turns, we're looking at approximately one third of a full game, just to give you an indication. So in this video, I'm going to talk a little bit about the Kin of Sheridan and also a little bit about the aspects. I'm going to play a bit of the Kin of Sheridan, and I'm going to go through a bit of the exploration, a bit of the city management, which is expansion, I guess, and also a little bit about the combat, which is extermination. Not so much in terms of exploitation, because the way the game is set up, the complexity is slowly layered on, so you don't really get to exploit your resources until around about Era 2. That's when your strategic resources and your luxury resources will really come into play. I think as the game goes on, the longer the game is, the more important that comes. But as this is a turn limited demo, we don't really get a chance to do a lot of exploitation. In this, there will be a monsoon, and quite possibly we'll get to the first tidefall. So let us set up the game. Very simple game, guys, just myself and one other. I am the Kin of Sheridan. Now, the real story about the Kin of Sheridan, their backstory, their lore, is a generation ago, or a couple of generations ago, they were on a spaceship. They're interstellar space travelers. They were on a spaceship, and the spaceship crashed. So this is not their planet. So the story is all about them struggling to come to terms with that, and what do they do. By contrast, the aspects are from this planet. The planet is called Saida, and the aspects are natives of this planet. Now, the way I like to think of the aspects is their key mechanic is called coral, and the coral functions as a kind of creep, what the Zerg have in StarCraft. So they get a lot of bonuses from that. If we get a chance, I will go over that, or I might make a second video. But let us start. I'll let the video play. There will be like an introduction video.
We came from the stars, the Sheridan, the right hand of Empress Elevus. Garen led the tattered remnants of our fleet here, ordered to find a new home. Yet this world has not been welcoming. Terrors in the oceans, scuttling horrors on the isles. We were tested, but never swayed from our task, even when we lost Garen herself. With Garen's courage and Garen's steel, I will rebuild the Kin anew. With the wisdom of the stars and the strength of the chosen, we will fight to ensure that Sayada is not a staging post, but our true home.
So like I said, guys, spacefarers who've crashed on this planet and they've lost their original leader, and this is where our story begins. So the first thing you notice, guys, when you look through your units, you have a hero, you have an infantry unit, and you have a cavalry stroke scout unit. There's no colonizer, okay? So for a lot of people that might come as a bit of a surprise. I've got the yield tile showing, so you can click that, takes that off if you want something a bit more cinematic, something like that. And I'd like you to look up here, prepared settlement bonus. This is to encourage you to go explore a little bit before you settle your first city. So you don't really need to rush in and settle immediately, because as you can imagine, the game is going to be some 600 turns long, potentially, or 500 turns long. So spend 3 or 4 or 5 turns. You don't need to rush into it. So let us do a little bit of exploring. We'll take our cavalry guy, go, let's take him there. Notifications over there. Go to the notification, see what's happening. Okay. If you've played the first game, I'm sure you can recognize this as an anomaly. That's an anomaly. I think that's one there. That's one there. Take him there. Another minor faction. Okay, so I've looked at 3 different provinces. And so what I'm thinking of here, guys, in terms of founding my first city, is that I really want a good industrial base for Kin of Sheredyn. So I think I'm going to found it pretty much there. Okay, it might not be optimal, but I think it serves our purposes. To found your city, click any unit. Remember, there's no colonizer, and you click that. It should tell you, oh, well, okay, that is not a good site. My bad. Well, let's cancel that. Right click and try again next turn, see what's happening. What's this suggestion? You go there, you get a lot of food, which is good for growing your city, but I think I really do want a bit more. Although having said that, if I go there, I get a little bit less food, but I have got industry to work with. So I think we'll go there so that we can get on with the game. So you can see there, guys, as our next turn, it's queued up an action, so we don't need to keep clicking every single turn. So if you look at that, guys, I'll scroll up so you can see the map. You can already see this is our start land, and we are bordered by the sea, which acts as a bit of a hard border here. So, start our first city. Manufacturing is good. Okay, so as you can see, this is your city center or town hall in other games, whatever you want to call it, and you have 6 hexes around that are available for you to use. At the bottom here, you've got foundation. If you click that, it gives you a list of tiles that you can claim if you have enough influence. As you can see up there on the top right, I do not yet have enough influence, so we can ignore those for the time being. If you click districts, this shows you the districts you can work with, and then improvements, it's the same. If you add improvements. Now, I find this a little bit confusing, and I know some of the other team do. So what I find works best is to just left-click on the tile that you're interested in, and then it will come up with the appropriate action. So if I were to click there, it tells me need influence. If I were to click there, it tells me what I can do. So the Kin of Sheredyn, they start with an industrial district called the Works, and they start with a stronghold. And their key thing is that they're very good at fortifying themselves and getting more bonuses based off these. So we're going to go with that to start with. Actually, we're going to go with an extra unit because I'm hoping to get into combat fairly soon. As always, you can buy this out, but we don't have enough dust. From there, just right click. So the way this game works is left click, right click, right click. Left click to go in, right click to go out, instead of pressing escape in there. I'll turn the yield off now. So what I like to do, because this is fairly small in terms of scale, because you do start on a fairly small area, I like to put auto explore on and let the scout do his own thing. And these guys are going to do a little bit more of a guided exploration, because I'm thinking fairly soon I want to subjugate these guys because they are in my starting province. Okay, and because I've now started my city, the research opens up. If you've played the first game, this will look very, very familiar to you, as will this concept that if you get a certain number, 8, you then unlock the next era. And if you then have 16 in total, you then unlock the next era, and so on and so forth. So did I say there were 6? 6 eras in total, okay? And it's nicely categorized that you can see here this is to do with your economy, so your mining of resources and your mining of dust. Society, discovery means science basically, and then your military, and that stays the same. So you could, if you wanted to, sort of hyper specialize, and I think there might be a viable approach to go with 8 here, or go with like 12. Well, how many have we got? 1 2 3 4 5 6 10 here, which means you only need to get 6 here and then leapfrog into era number 3. So it's the same thing that you had in the first game, in terms of you can either sort of go very deep in one level, or you can try and skip and skip and skip, up to you. So the diamond shows already researched. Thumb says we would like you to research, or we recommend it. I think I'm going to go with science so that we can get a bit of learning going on. And I think you could do this in the first game as well. If you hold shift, you can go 1, and let's go with that one as number 2. Actually, no, we'll do that one. 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then ooh, I don't think I need this military bonus just yet. So undo that and that. So just left click to undo that, and then right click and you're out of that window again. Click enter. So it's showing us here that we've discovered something. Lazualin. Tell me what it does do. I think we'll be able to use this later on for unit upgrades. If we get a chance to, guys, I'll show you how the units do get upgraded. You can see this is a market, buying and selling, and we cannot get it yet, because to do that you need a merchant district, which is available, if I remember rightly, from building, not that, one of these, this one here, trading post. So you need a trading post, and to do that you need to research. So that's an era 2 thing, so it's going to be a little bit away, might not be able to get it in this playthrough. Okay, quest. So in the first game you had quests, and you could follow your quest line and get a quest victory. Quests are a bit different now. They're a bit more often, and the way you interact with them is a little bit different. I'll just show you. I'll let you read that. Okay. most quests take the form of dialogue options. Okay, so this can be a bit strange because in the first game it was just a bunch of lore presented in a paragraph. I know some of the team are not the biggest fans of this system, but we do talk a lot more about what we like and what we don't like in the podcast. So I hope you guys get a chance to listen to that. So this is your main character here. You never get to play as, but it exists. He exists, and then like that. So the way this quest is structured, it's trying to get you to explore a little bit, give you a little bit of a boost. Okay, it's trying to give you a little bit of guidance in those first few terms. Up here you can see where your quest journal, so you can do that if you want, or right click. So I keep looking for like an X, which is there, they close, you can do that, or you can just do that. And helpfully it tells you where to go. So I'll find my... Actually, I'm going to explore with him a little bit because I don't want to do anything until I get my next Legionnaire. 40 health, very nice. Very nice. Okay. So as you can see, guys, I've accidentally, without realizing it, I've parked myself next to an anomaly that gives me some extra food. That is pretty nice. As I was saying earlier, and I showed you, you can do something with all these tiles, but you can't do anything, as far as I've been able to see, with an anomaly. That anomaly stays as it is, I think, for the whole game. Maybe some of the other factions have ways to interact with that, but I haven't seen it yet. So that's something to take into consideration, because it will give you a nice early game boost. Science districts, or laboratories as they're called, they get a boost base from each anomaly that's next to them. So if you were to put a science district there or there or there, possibly there would make a better choice because you've got some science in here. You get extra science from this anomaly. So it's something to consider. That there is telling me I've got an extra population. We go down to this bottom here. This system, I'm sure, is something that's very familiar. I believe the system was the same or very similar in the first game. So you got different classes of citizens, and you can move them around as and when you like. If you have more population than you have slots, they will build a shanty town which will just occupy one of your hexes, and they usually put it in the most annoying place where you're planning on putting your trading post. That actually happened to me. So it's something that you need to be aware of. So things to consider. Oh, back here. Yeah, go back here. Is look for research that says, right? Not that one. Okay, things like, oh, let's go back to number one. Communal habitations. No, that's not the one. Here, scribe slot. So that will open up an extra slot, so you can put an extra scribe there. Okay, and I think citizen slot. These are things that you need to be aware of. Okay, artisan slot there. Yeah, okay, things for you to be aware of. There are ways to manage this. It's not immediately obvious because the shantytown comes and you just go, oh, I'm overpopulated. So it helps if you're aware of the research. Okay, laboratory, lab, science, Archimedes. Okay, so, nice helpful hint. What I was talking about influence earlier, guys. Okay, so you have to build a foundation, and then you build your district, and then you improve your district. Okay? As far as I can tell, guys, there's no hard limit on the number of cities you can have. I think it is literally just limited by the amount of influence that you have. Yeah. Okay, what are the notifications? Yes, 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 thank you very much. Okay, so once all that's built, we will start building some science. So as you can see there, guys, that is my start area because I'm pretty sure there's nothing happening down there. Quite a small start area. It does expand when the monsoon happens in the first tidefall, and you will see that very soon. Okay, so let us go back that way. One of the key things you will want to do in this game is you want to pacify these minor factions, because every one that's pacified gives you a bonus of some sort. I believe it says there. Yeah, so you get 10 influence once this is pacified and part of a protectorate. So you need to pacify them either through doing a quest or through beating them up. We'll do both here. So when this guy comes, we should have a decent sized army. I'll put the cavalry in there as well. And we'll pacify by force one of them, and we'll pacify by quest with another one, just to show you how this works. So this is all exploration with a little bit of city management. Okay, so we go back to our city. Yep, I've got enough gold. I'll rush it. Okay, and I'll queue up. No, I'll leave the influence for a bit longer because I want to show you something else that needs influence. Influence is used for a lot of things in this game. Some might say maybe too many things, but that's really a balance question. Oh, hello. All right, yeah, we've got enough units. 415 strength on it. So I could retreat, but I don't think we want to. So we will fight this fight. Right. This is your deployment zone. This is something that you will be very familiar with. And I'm not sure where the enemy is going to deploy from. So it's a little bit... There's something that can use some work. And do these guys... What do these guys do? Cavalry. So they're melee. So I think what I want to do is... Yeah. Move there. Take these here. I'd like to put these up here, but it says I can't. Now he's ranged, so I want to keep him there because I don't want anyone to hit him. So my plan is these two hold the front line. This will come round if possible, and he'll pepper pot them. And we'll click manual battle. So I guessed right that they were going to go opposite us. Okay, so this is your hero. He has one active ability. Per determination. Okay. So if I click that, it shows me how much damage it's going to do. 33. So I think the idea with this is it's almost guaranteed that you're going to do this damage. So immediate thoughts, not immediate thoughts, but I've been thinking about the combat a while, and as you can see, this is fully tactical. It's a big change from the first game, which was a semi-tactical and semi you give orders and watch them get followed to the best of the unit's ability. It's still a pseudo-tactical battlefield because it's not a completely different or separate arena like you would get in Fallen Enchantments or Age of Wonders or Conquest of AO, I'm not quite sure how you say it, guys, sorry. But it's more tactical, so it invites a comparison to these other games, and I think this is serviceable. I actually quite like this combat, but there's a lot that I think we've been spoiled by other games. There's a lot here that doesn't feel like it's quite there, because I've found that the best thing to do is just bash, 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 basically. We'll put him there. Okay. I do like that if there's no moves, the round auto defense. So did you guys notice that? Because I think that's a good thing to show, right? That unit has moved from there where it was, and it's gone 1, 2, 3 with no penalty, and then it's attacked my hero. So this is something that's going to get quite annoying, and I think if your hero is a is ranged, it's something that you're going to have to take into account because it can be quite easy. I mean, this is a straightforward fight. We're going to win this because just sheer weight of numbers. But if it was a more evenly matched fight, you could end up losing just because they beeline for your hero. It can get a little bit annoying. So anyway, we'll go there. Kills that. Okay. Gang up on this. And yeah, okay. So he's always ranged even though he's now shooting at point blank. Okay. Yeah, so we got something there. That's combat. Some people are not going to like it. I think it's serviceable. There are improvements to make. Oh, okay. Triggers a new event. Right. This is something that I'm not sure I like because, yeah, you can ignore it, but it does happen. Can I ignore it completely? Oh. Ah, I think if I go back to that tile, I restart the event. Merchant's house, awesome. Okay, so let's go back to our city. What I like to do, guys, is when I've done a research, I like to go back to my city, see what's happening, and have a think about what do I want to do with the research that I've just done. So I now can build science districts and I can build dust districts. I keep wanting to say gold districts, dust districts. So it's just a question of where and how much, because I'm thinking if I want to build the science, I want to be going over here because as you can see, all of this has extra science. But to do that, I need to spend my influence, and I don't have a lot of influence, and I really want to use that influence for something else. So we're going to finish this quest here, and I'll show you how you expand in this game. Okay, oh, population's expanded. Let's go. Click population. Got one in each. Let's take, I think we're okay. We can sacrifice the food growth and put it there. That's fine. Just to get that extra little boost. Okay, just like that. And here he is. Search mosaic calls. There we go. So I had to move and then come back on for it to trigger it. Oh wait, what is this? Okay. That was a little bit strange there. So that dialogue was from the other exploration, and then now this one here. Okay. So we get our extra 75 gold. Okay, so I knew this was coming because I've played this before and I really wanted to get that extra boost there. You do that and you get a nice little fight. And the good thing is it tells you where to go, like that. So we're going to go over there. I think we can take them without needing to heal up. But there is an option there, guys. I could tell the army to guard, I could tell it to heal, I could tell it to auto-explore, I could tell it just skip the turn. So we're going to fight the Necrovage, and I think let's go manual so you can see what they are all about. So I'm starting there. Oh, do I not get a deployment? Okay, interesting. Let's put him there then. Let's put that one there. Let's put that there. And that there. I'm going to put that one there forward so to stop them, because then they have to go the long way around, which I think will stop them trying to do that. Okay, so it's worth sort of having a little read about these guys. Hostile Necrodome. If you want to, so the way the tooltips work, if you just do that, it disappears. If you hold Shift, you can hold that down, and then hold Shift again. Okay, tells you a little bit about what they are. So they're flying. They can fly over obstacles and enemy units. So that can just beeline to that if we're not careful. So we need to take that into account. Let us open with his scope shot. We hit without getting too far. That. Yeah, let's do that. Critical hit, so something's happened. What have we done to him? Damaged. Okay, so they take extra damage. Well, if you inflict damage, they take extra damage. Like that, like that. So I find, guys, because unlike some other games, the units, as far as I can tell, they inflict the same damage no matter how many of their individual units, individual figures die. So your best bet is focus down and kill whatever you can. As far as I can tell, there's no difference. 15 to 25. If I come in 20 to 31, so I get less by flanking them. So this must be giving some sort of high ground. It's quite hard to sort of figure out your modifiers, but that seems the best thing to do. So it looks like I can use the scope shot every single turn. Kind of makes me wonder why you'd ever use anything else. That is done. Right, so very simple quest here for us to unlock the Chosen, and that will actually be a good opportunity to talk a little bit about the units for these guys. Before we do that, let me show you the hero screen. So we won, great, we won, nice. So he's gone up. So exhausted. When you fight a battle in a turn, your army gets this debuff, which means you can't fight this turn again. So that kind of blitzkrieg idea, it's not going to happen. I think there might be a faction that flips that on its head, and it might even be necrophage, but I don't know. So from your hero, left click there and you can manage his equipment, get a profile and the skill tree. So we'll do these in turn. That, we've got no extra equipment, but you do have equipment slots here. So you've got armor, jewelry. This is the consumables, you consume them. And down here, this is something I'm quite intrigued by. It says pets. Now, one of this is going to be like a mount or like a pet dog or a pet parrot, which will give you bonuses, or if it's role playing, I'm not sure. From here, easiest thing to do, right click out again, click that, hero profile. Oh, ooh, I can choose a soulmate. Right, who shall we have him? Interesting that at least in this playthrough there are no females for him. Okay, awesome. So 2 capture point when performing any capture action per units on army. Capture is an action that you do when you want to take over an enemy's camp. What does he do? Oh, they do the same thing. Who do we think? Okay, we'll go with the eye patch. Always go with the eye patch if in doubt. Like so. Okay. And then hero circle. And then back there. So this is his So we got equipment, profile, skill tree. You can go that way, or you can go out and from the hero himself. So I've been using that active ability. Where is it? That one. Okay, and it says it does 2 extra damage per determination stat. This is determination stat. So I'm thinking I'm going to lean on that ability, and we're going to up that. And we'll just keep going with that and seeing how much damage we can get him to do. Okay, right click, that's us done. We've done that, we've done that, done that. So the UI is kind of fluid. Is left click, right click, left click, right click. There's a lot to be said for that. The problem is right now the information is not that great. So guys, probably wondering what this is here. As you can see, it takes the same position as found your capital. This is how you expand, and this is why I wanted to get that influence up so I could show you how you expand in this game. You build a camp, and when you build that camp, you can either attach it to a city, right, or you can turn it into its own city. Now, the base amount that you can attach to a city is two camps at the beginning, but when you upgrade your city center, okay, so you need to do the research to get this, but when you do that, you can increase the number of provinces. So the game kind of not quite holds your hand, but it is showing you slowly that it doesn't want you to expand too quickly, too fast, and it stops that using the game mechanics. Okay, so we will turn on the yield and think about where we want to put our camp. Maybe I should have settled there after all. A lot of industries. Okay, these guys look like fun. 10 fortification per pacified. Visitors under protected one city. Or we'll go with that bonus. We'll go with this one here. So where he is now, like that. We'll go exploring a little bit to find a nice camp location. When you click this, the game is quite helpful. It usually sort of gives you an indication somewhere interesting to go. Okay, because you're also kind of thinking you want to get some extra resources. Yeah, let's go this way. You know what, guys, this is not a good location for a camp, but I do want to we'll go back down here and I'll recruit another one of those and go to the population. I need 3 artisans for 1 turn. I'm going to do that so I can get that chosen and show you how the chosen works. Okay, so I need to build, yep, which we were going to do anyway. So as you can see there, guys, a lot of clicking, and you can imagine every time you start the game, you're going to be clicking. So let's go to our units. Should have remembered, done that. We can cancel that. Fine. 9 turns we get that, and when we get that, we can liberate that cavalry and send him back to exploring. Because I think fairly soon we're going to unlock some more land. Oh, we're in a fight somehow. Just because I just walked in next to them. Right. I think, guys, we can automatically resolve this. Give you an idea of that. Now, where can I set? Okay, there we go. It's telling us Helpful hints. They're not great locations, guys, but I'm going to settle there anyway, just so I can show you how this mechanic works. Okay, we can also build a forum now. That's useful. Oh, another fight. Yep, let's fight. Same as before, guys. Or do we have any more active abilities? What's that? That is an active skill. Oh, we can heal. Let's use that. Okay, we've got a bit of a timer going on there.
Kin of Sheredyn, a time of great upheaval is upon us. As the heavens open, remember our creed and stand strong against the horrors of the night.
Okay, so what just happened there, guys? That is our first monsoon. You can see notifications happening. It's a big deal. What's going on with the monsoon? Okay, so we'll talk about that in a minute, but I just want to show you, this is your camp. Right, I can attach this to a city, or I can evolve it into its own city. Okay, so there are pros and cons. If you attach it to a city, you control more territory, you can subdue these minor factions and start getting more bonuses that way. You won't produce more units though, so if you have 2 cities, you can produce twice as many units. Okay, I will attach this to a city. Garen's Rest, attached to a city. And as you can see, we've doubled our area. Okay, so I'm going to put these guys to recuperate. And here, this is when you unlock the first council, first monsoon. What I was saying about the game, it layers on the complexity slowly. So you've hit your first monsoon, your very, very early game is now over. You now get to appoint your council. So you click appoint here, pick who you like for their bonuses. Okay, so he gives you more. I think we got this one because we've already pacified one of the villages. That's why we have this guy as a notable. So those notables can be council members or other things. Tells you quite nicely what they do. So that icon there, science, he's going to give some sort of combat bonus, 20 experience on new units, 8 dust, industry on capital. We'll pick him. And then go here, point, and who should we have for another one? I think we'll do that. Okay, validate changes. Now, I need to wait to the next monsoon if I want to do this for free, or I can spend dust if I want to do that, okay? I'm quite happy with them now. When you get to the next monsoon, you can unlock your third, and then you unlock your fourth council member. Go back out, we click end turn, get this guy healed up. Oh, we got another population. Think what we want to do with them. We don't need so many artisans. I think we'll put those like that, and like that, like that. Okay. So we do have that little bit extra. I don't think it's enough. No, we need a bit more. Oh no, wait. What is this? Right, so that's industry. That's an industrial district. These 3 are cheap for us to go towards. And I'm wondering if it would make sense to go here and build what? Dust is the obvious one. What happens if I build them? So, by doing that, I've paid the foundation cost. I've now taken this over. It's saying I could do the same here if I had the influence. I'm not sure what that does because the anomaly stays. So click on this again, and I'm going to put down my first merchant house. Okay, so I think we lose out the influence, but we should get a little bit extra dust once that builds. Okay, And because I've got that much, I'm going to buy this out, like so. So there's a lot of clicking to go through here, guys. I can see why some people will get a little bit annoyed with this. So we need to bring 10 glass steel to a location. And because we're in level 1, there's no way we can actually get the glass steel. So this quest comes and we can't do anything about it. Right. So that's chosen. Now the key thing about the chosen is here on the top left, this is for Kin of Sheredyn. They get some special powers here. Alright. And for targeting purposes, it's either your city or it is where your chosen is. So they're kind of like heroes, if that makes sense. Alright, so this could be quite a useful one. So on and so forth. Now I think this is linked to your zeal. Okay, yeah, strength of our zeal, right? Which increases as you go through the game. Okay, so that's quite double movement possible for that turn. Okay, get extra resources, can be useful. Okay, so a strategic damage spell, a strategic nuke, so to speak. Right, so we, like I said, we're going to, yep, I think we're mostly healed. One more turn, send him down there. Take that one out and send him to, yeah, auto explode. Okay, and then what we'll do is we'll click on that and it gives us the option. All right, I can do a quest, I can pay some money to get a unit for free, okay, or I can just fight them. I think we're just going to fight them, and that will subdue these. And then when we get them as a protectorate, then we unlock more bonuses. Oh, hello. We can't fight that. Retreat! Run away! Bravely run away. Okay. Oof, yeah, he's dead. That's a shame. Oh well. We'll get our revenge. So it tells you here, guys, capture this location. If I capture that location, I win, so I don't necessarily have to fight everyone. But let us instantly resolve this. Ah, first nice piece of equipment. Oh, that looks interesting. And that's pacified. Okay? And that's also pacified. So you fight one and it pacifies both. So I'm going to tell these guys we're going to want them to heal. And let's open up his equipment. So what is that? From 130 to 210 health. What's the other bonus? 12 defense on hero. Interesting. Okay. Mithrite chainmail. Right. Nice, nice, nice. Amount of damage. Okay, so He'll take less damage, and he's got a higher bank of health. Pretty useful. Farm. Oh, okay. Do I need more research? Yes, I do. Okay, so I can build a farm, guys. Let's go with that. So that's housing, basically. And then we'll do this so we can build a bridge. And we'll go with these ones last. And I should take us very... I should be able to get here and give you an overview of what's happening. There is a city camp that is not building anything. Oh, we can't have that, guys. Right. So what should we do? We put our first science there. And we put our first industry... No, we put our first merchant there. Industry. And I think I'll put a food there. Actually, what does this do? Haven. Oh, right. Yeah, because I got married, or Uwe Rak, my hero got married, he got his little little thing there. So let's put that one as food. And that one is food. So you can see, guys, I've not used a lot of dust so far. And even though our resource accumulation of dust is low, so far we haven't had really a need to use much of it. Okay, while we're here, let's get one of those out. Someone so I can replace my loss. So this is why I wasn't too fussed about losing that last one. And send him to explore that, whatever that's going on there. Ooh, there's a fight somewhere. Yep, okay, let's just smash them. And one fight, quite a decent bit of dust. Okay. Oh, and he's gained a level. Should we... I think what we'll do, guys, we'll go between... What is this? Extra for health per determination. So it keys off the same stat. We just keep going with determination. So his scope shot will do more damage, and his recovery shot will heal more. What's going on here? Let's recuperate and enter. Okay. Let's see, we haven't got much land. And another fight. At this point, guys, you know, I just rushed that unit and I've got my gold back, it looks like. And we want them to heal, so we can go off and do something. Extra dust from exploration. So at least at the beginning of the game, guys, dust is not something to worry about. So this is in our... We haven't pacified them yet. Okay, let's go. Do a bit more fighting. Or should I call it dust? No, you run away. Okay, you know what? I don't want to lose another one. Let's do something safe. You go there. Okay. I did say I would do a quest, right? So we'll try that actually. Okay, this is interesting. So to pacify them, I need to bring a flask that I don't have, and in return I will get 15 titanium and pacify them. Okay. These are not quests. These are like events that come up with some choice for what you want to do. Tell us what that does. Okay, go with the first one. So I have already coral, but I can't do anything with it yet. Oh yes, I can. So I can't sell or buy any, but I could use the booster to give me 15 turns of extra experience and approval. I don't think I need the extra experience, and I think my approval is fine. So we'll keep that in the bank and for later. Ah, I think this is the tideful, guys. Yeah, it is. Okay, so we'll zoom out and you can see where my mouse is was our original limit, and now we have more space left and right and maybe even north and south. And I'd like to draw your attention to this icon here, and this one here, and what that is a fortress, or yeah, fortress level 1. Fortresses are independent sites full of bad guys. You can't auto-resolve this, you need to fight this one manually, okay? So we will go and do that. And now, if I found another camp, you see that it costs me more, okay? Let's place that there, we don't need that. I want that guy to go there and pick whatever that is. And we're going to send you there to pick that one up and then do a fortress fight. So we're going to play a couple more turns, guys, just to show you how, as the map is effectively doubled in size, we now have to rejig our priorities, okay? So just as you're sort of getting into a bit of a lull, like, oh, you know, this is straightforward and you're getting comfortable, something happens. So the game state, the map state changes, and you need to be on your toes. So this will open up opportunities. It will also open up uh, threats, okay? Because perhaps there was an enemy over here who was inaccessible, and now they're in they strategically flanked you because of the map. So it's something I'm intrigued by this mechanic because I think it is going to be interesting. Population available. How are we doing with population? I think we're happy with that distribution. Okay. Good, 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 good. Yep. Right. And what's our free bonus? Ah, now this is interesting. Okay, did you see that, guys? Oh, I got some. Ooh, that's nice. That's nice. Nice. We can do something with that. Okay, I've got a titanium mine there. I can't do anything with it, but it tells you that you need the mine shaft technology. Okay, so if we open up our research, we see we've got not long, 6 turns for that one, 9 turns for that to finish this off. I could skip those, but we need one more. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Interesting. Oh yeah, I think we need one more, and this is what it's talking about, mine shaft. Now I am not sure if I can. Nope, I can't. I have to unlock that before I can queue things. Okay. And do they need to heal? No, they're fine. So more anomalies. Okay, and also a luxury deposit. And if we hold shift, it tells you what this does. Should do. Maybe not. Oh, there we go. More approval. Okay, so things you want to keep hold of. So because I know that I'm going to want to use titanium, I'm thinking I want to claim this province here. So I will do that, although it's not giving me a nice place to do anything. So you see, there's a trade-off here, guys, because you're not going to get any resources from the camp itself, but I think if I'm understanding this right, I can attach it without having to be adjacent to the city. you get there? What's this way? So I'm not using auto explore this time because I don't want him to accidentally walk into a fight. I want to test if I can connect to a city without being next to the city. Ah, there's no... Oh, okay, I see what it's telling me. It's telling me there's no way I can do that. Ah, okay. So, we've got lots of influence. I think, guys, what we can do... We're okay for dust. I think we want a bit more research. And so... we will go... there. Get us a bit of research. What's this? Is that our town center? That is our town center. Okay. Research there and there is a possibility, or research there and sort of go that away. I think we'll go, it's not optimal, guys, but I think we'll go like that. Build a lab there. Build a lab there. And we haven't done it yet, and I think we ought to build one of those just for fun. Like that. And we'll go with the cheap ones. There and there and... If I go there, that's good. So I think, guys, we'll reserve this one for when we get a trading post. If there was nothing worth building, you do have the option to divert the industry into something else. And you get more options. Okay, what are we going to do with these? I can't go there yet. So just give me that option. Oh, here, this, convert production. So I could convert it into that if I wanted to. And these options here tells you different research. Okay, which I think is a nice thing to do. Right, we'll do one more fight. Oh, glass steel discovered. Where did we discover it? Hydromiel as well. Okay, now that's a province that I really think I want to get my dirty hands on. Okay, so hydromiel is not a strategic resource. That's that there. Okay, and it tells you what it does. Luxury resources. Hydromiel is that one. Extra bit of dust on the city. Okay, nice little touch. And that there tells you what that does. Okay, I don't think we're going to have the time to show you. Maybe we will. Okay, we'll keep playing. Right, so now big options here. What do I do? Because if I seize this, I can automatically build a camp. Okay, so I get a free camp. All right, or I can plunder it for a nice wedge of influence. Okay, and I'll also get something here. This might even be the one that I need to finish that quest, but we'll see. Random equipment, some gold. I have to fight this one in melee, in tactical. I can't alter it. So I'm just going to go out there, think about this province, turn that on. Do I want to build a camp on this province? I'm going to say no, because it's pretty tiny, and there's not much going on here. Okay. There we go. We're going to plunder it. So this is our deployment zone. I'm going to use the Chosen as the linchpin of my fight, and I know from experience that these guys have this unit here. He's very annoying, and he does, I think it's this one that does Cutting Strike. No, it's not that. It's one of these. Or was it a different fight? Oh, this is a different fight. Okay, good. This should be easy. We'll go. I think we'll put you in the center. You go there. And you go there. And ah, so this is interesting. If they've got 2 ranged units and 2 melee, and I've got 1 ranged and 1 melee, but I think I can cheese this a little bit by taking that. And what I will try and do here is I want him to go down and attack these, and I will be able to put 2 units to his 1. Okay, so I think we can put the chosen there. Yeah, put the chosen there and send him around just in case. That. So this there's an element of cheese here. However, you only have 8 rounds, so I kind of want to finish the fight. Yeah, I thought he might do that. Okay, that's good for us. I'm actually surprised that I can do this every single turn. Could be interesting. Because then in 2 rounds, 3 rounds, that's dead. And these guys should be able to do enough damage. Let's do it like that. So with your normal units, as far as I can see, there's no. It's all passive skills that do stuff. Alright. As far as I can see, there's no active unit, active skill being introduced, except for a bunch of debuffs, which is a little bit Oh, he died. Okay, that caught me by surprise. I may have underestimated this. All happens for this guy. I'm hoping that really is there back there, generally. It is. He's a tyrant before he Don't worry about that. Okay, I'm going to try using the recovery shot there. Oh well. See, there's no way to like get my guy out of here now, as far as I can tell. So, and then we get to the end of this. Okay, I have no idea why they did that. That's a bit strange. Why did he do so little damage? That is very strange behavior. They could have come and killed me, but it's like they went for the door. Is he like shielded or something? Doesn't do any damage. Right. So that ended in a draw. A little bit unsatisfying, but okay. Which means I would need to rebuild my army. But I've only got one place to rebuild it, and I've got all this being built. So guys, I think I'm going to stop there, because it's giving you an overview of the Kin of Sheredyn, how the exploration works. Specifically, I really wanted to show you the tidefall mechanic and how it's opened up extra areas for you to explore, open up extra dangers, as you can see there with my amazing tactical abilities. Bit of more than I could chew there. And showed you the city management, how it works, specifically the needing to create a foundation, and then you build a district on top of a tile that has a foundation. So you build a foundation, you build your district, and then you unlock improvements to improve those districts. And some of them are quite interesting. I'll give you a quick peek. If we look, I think it's Era 2. This here means all your merchants districts can then have either this lithosphere gallery, so that's extra 10 dust on each district, or you can get that there, okay, which gives you extra population slots and extra dust, okay. And you can see the cost there, guys. 10 glass steel, 520. So when you get to Era 2, you're going to need those strategic resources. So I think it's pretty much a given. In Era 2, this is going to be the very first thing you research, because it looks like everything else depends on you having that titanium and that glass steel, okay. All these lovely things here, there you see, laborer's hut, 5 steel, etc, 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 okay. We didn't get a chance to do it, but when you get to, you can unlock this research, which in the previous game you could basically design your own unit. Here you don't design it. What happens is you take the units and you pay resources to specialize them in one way or another. So your legionary could become that for 10 titanium. This is why I said I really want to get hold of that titanium. Or he could become a warden instead, which gives you incapacitating strike, okay, and the defender does that, okay. So it gives you that degree of specialization, and I haven't really had a chance to really get into this because, you know, we're on turn 36 out of 125. So by the time this is researched and I get a nice stockpile of resources, by the time that all happens, the game, the demo was kind of over, so I didn't really get a chance to build into that. But I do think it's a really good system, something that I'm looking forward to. So that can be your cavalry, can turn into that, all that. So just want to say thank you for listening, guys, and I'm looking forward to the full game. I've heard a rumor that the Broken Lords are coming back in some form or another, and you saw there was a battle earlier with the Necrophage. So thank you for watching, guys, and keep exploring.